The next stage of the manual states for me to build the head, but I'm going to continue on building the core fighter. I'll get to the head in a few moments. So we have these little blue trim parts here, and supposedly you got to stick them in here, but be careful. And you have these little thrusters here that you gotta be very careful also. Not thrusters, excuse me, the vents. So one goes down there. See, I'm afraid because it's, even though this thing has been painted, it's been reinforced, it's still a thin kit and it is susceptible to snapping off and breaking, so be very careful, guys. Alright. Now, this is a tricky part. Give me a moment here. I think that's it. So you have these two parts, which is a part of the wing assembly. Yeah, the wing assembly. Slide this part down here, and then these two parts. I'm gonna stick it in, but I'm gonna extend this out a bit because I'll explain that in a minute why. And yeah, I'm going to do this. Be very gentle with these wings. And the reason why I'm saying it is because one of my wings snapped. So let's flip it up like that a bit. And then that one goes in here. So that looks like that. And then we have these wings that go like this. Here. And here. And then if you want, I didn't bother to do this, but I might as well do it now. You can hook up the clear parts, which represents the actual landing gears. These, of course, needs to be painted, but I didn't bother to do so. And that one went under the table, so thank God I got a spare. I'm not in the mood to bending down right now. I'm too old for that shit. And let's see here. Oh, we need to take this and this. There you go. And how the hell you connect this? Oh, interesting. You just put it on and that's it. It has no connection whatsoever. How the hell did that swing? Alright, fine. So here's the core fighter in the blue trim, as you can see there. And as I was mentioning before, I wanted to show you, actually hang on a second, I want to make sure I got this right. I'm going to do this quickly so I can segue into the next part. Here's the gold version of it with the other trim parts. It's the same kit, the same part of it. So the only difference is the gold trim parts here. The only problem is when I put this part on and try to move it, it snapped off. So I knew that one of these planes I was going to leave it as a standard, fighter, and then the other one's going to be the one assembled inside the ship. So I mean inside the mobile suit. So it's going to be this guy. This is worthless. So there's the 2 core fighters already done. Let's now move on to the next part. Alright, so the next phase of this build will be, of course, the building of the heads. There are 2 heads, of course. These are very small, very delicate, and to me, I think it's a little time consuming to do 2 of them at once. I always have the tendency of doing one side of one part and then repeat the other part so you guys can see this. But I think it's fair to point out the differences between the normal head and the hexa head that we seen this kit has. First off, I'm going to put the face mask on the red part. As you can see there, what it looks like. And then we have the clear part that goes here, which represents the eyes. So we'll do both here. And I'm going to put the eyes right now, which is a bit strange how it's set up. I have to admit these parts are so small, unlike the master grade kits that I've made in the past where they were very huge. Oh, relatively big. I could get away with putting, painting the eyes on this part, but with this one, you gotta at least do this. Come on, focus. There we go. I might as well get the other one out of the way, and then we can proceed. This kit has taken up a tremendous amount of my time, especially the worst time of the year would be the holidays. Come on, get in there. Get your ass in there now. Okay, so this is taken care of. Yeah. There's 2 other parts that I need. Where the hell did I put it? Ah, here it is. I'll try not to take too much time on this, but you take the normal head trim parts. You want to put I did that in the back, that's good, and then I'm putting in this part here, which will represent the connection with the head and the neck. There we go. Then we put the back part here, like so. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, they're both the same. Alright, I just want to make sure that they're not different. Okay, and okay. Now, we'll begin with the hex. And this hex has a spacing in the sides. We'll need this part here that has a much larger wedge there. We'll take one of the heads, we'll put this here. that. And we close this one like so. Okay. And then is it this one? The big one or the little one? I think it's the little one. Yeah, it's the little one, because once you put that one there, then you take this and slide that through here, like so. There is a small little part, this part here, this red part, which I had to carefully make sure I don't lose it. And so that way it goes in nice and smooth. Let's see. We'll use the rubber on this. Good thing about getting tools like this is you'll get the rubber parts, or get like a pencil with an eraser and use it to press instead of, on parts that you're going to need to do a lot of pushing in. Alright, so now the bunny ears, as I refer to it, here are the two trim parts here that I'm going to go on a guess and see if this is the right one. Yeah, that's the right side. The little parts here, these white parts that I turned into blue, they're not the same. They're at an angle, so you gotta be very careful which one you put on, and of course don't lose. So we have that one like that, that one like that, and then we're going to take one of the V-fins. Actually no, this does not require the V-fin. Yeah. So there's the hex. And I don't know if you guys notice anything, but I actually drilled the little holes on the Vulcan head, on the Vulcan ports, to give a little more look to it. But this part is done. Yeah, I think let's finish this one up too. No. Oh. The V-fins did not come out the way I want it. No matter how you look at it, it still did not come out. I may have to redo it again. I'm just putting it on right now, temporarily speaking, but it needs to be resanded down and repainted. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to pop it out and redo it again. So technically speaking, the heads are now done. Let's move on to the next build.